everybody, it's Kira and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Oldie Tag. Now it's funny because I don't feel like I'm necessarily Booktube Oldie, but I first saw this video on Ariel's channel, so I'll link her video in the description below. And she said she was looking for people who had any range kind of, or like, she said like 1 year or 3 years or 5 years, like kind of like however long you kind of decide. Like, it's very much up to you. So I thought, why not? I will also link the original video made by Monica Kim in the description below. Her video is also really sweet and I encourage you to go watch hers as well. So I have the questions in my handy dandy notebook and I will get right to it. So the first question says, how long have you been part of the Booktube community? So I first joined Booktube in March of 2017. I was a senior in high school at the time, and now I am almost done with my junior year of college. So it's been three years. I also rebranded my channel the summer of 2018 because I didn't really like what I had started with. So I don't know if you want to consider that my new start, but part of the reason that it doesn't feel like it's been 3 years, at the same time that it does, is that I have not made videos consistently. With school going on, it's been really difficult to A, find time to film videos, but B, as an English major, my homework is all reading, and so typically during the semester I don't do a lot of reading for fun, which therefore means I don't really have anything to talk about on a Booktube channel if I'm just reading like school books and things that I'm not quite as interested in and like don't have like big thoughts about or want to talk about really. So yeah, but I have been making videos for 3 years, which is just insane to think about. So number 2 is, what was your biggest misconception before starting Booktube? And I know Monica talked about this in her video, but this idea that you have to like buy tons of books and do hauls constantly to be a booktuber. Luckily, I'm used to getting things secondhand, and so I bought a lot of books from like Goodwill and Savers, so I didn't spend as much money as I could have my first year on Booktube, but I definitely spent so much money buying books that then I never ended up reading. That was like a big misconception, is that like you have to own a lot of books. And I do quite enjoy owning a lot of books and like having a personal library, but I just had this idea that you had to like be constantly buying new books. And like, that's really not the case ever. Number 3, how do you think Booktube has changed since you first started? So I'm just going to answer like video-wise here. So I joined right at the tail end of when tags were really popular. So I have like a list on YouTube of a whole bunch of tags that I saw when I was in like my first year on Booktube and like really wanted to do, but then never ended up doing. So maybe someday I'll resurrect some of those tags and make them into videos. It went from like tags to kind of like wrap-ups and hauls were like the biggest thing, and that there wasn't a whole ton of other stuff happening. And right now it's definitely like vlogs and readathons. Those are like the most popular thing on Booktube right now. And like, it makes sense, especially like right now, as we're all stuck at home, so you have nothing better to do than participate in 20 readathons. But now there's readathons for like anything and everything, and it's been really cool to see that happen. I've really enjoyed being involved in different readathons and I find them very fun. So but yeah, I've definitely seen that kind of video trend happen over the last 3 years. Number 4, what is your favorite Booktube memory? It's definitely 100% when I went to the meetup that Emma and Momo did in London. So I was studying abroad in Oxford last summer, and they both happened to be traveling at the same time and did a meetup in London. And that was the very first IRL Booktube thing that I ever did, and it was so much fun. It was literally just, we met on a hillside outside in London and just like sat around and talked about books and ate snacks that people had brought, which like people were really creative and brought like amazing food, so that was really wonderful too. I was kind of sad that I didn't get to stay for like the whole entire thing because I ended up having to leave a little bit earlier to make it back for my study abroad stuff. But it was so much fun. Emma and Momo are both so wonderful in real life, like just like they are in their videos. They were just so warm and welcoming and wanted to talk to everybody. And it was really fun too because like when we started, it was like a smaller group, and so like we were all sitting like in a circle. But then like as more and more people joined, we kind of like broke off into like our own little groups and discussions of just like who you happen to be sitting with. And it was really fun because both Emma and Momo like made sure to go to each group and like have conversations with the people in each group, so it wasn't like anybody was excluded. And it was just so much fun to be able to like talk to other people who were like unashamedly excited about books and like book internet things, because you don't always meet people like that IRL, and so like, or like in your normal everyday life. So that was definitely so much fun and my favorite BookTube memory by far. Number 5, what are some books you were introduced to because of BookTube? Definitely anything that I hear about nowadays, I usually know it because of BookTube or like book internet in general. But two big ones, one of them is Leigh Bardugo as an author. I hadn't read Shadow and Bone series or the Six of Crows duology. I had never even really heard of them before, but everybody like was raving about Six of Crows, and so I finally sat down in last January and read them and read all of them in 1 month, and fell in love with Leigh Bardugo's world. And her writing is just amazing. And then the other one is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Again, would not have picked this up if it wasn't for everybody hyping it up on BookTube. And again, fell in love with that. I ended up getting the UK covers for both Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares here. Just because, like, I saw them everywhere and I was like, okay, I need to have these. And I need, like, obviously, I was like, oh, that's really pretty, I want to own these, but then like once I read the book, I was like, oh, I need the UK cover like now. So those are definitely two of the biggest ones. But yeah, pretty much any reading suggestion nowadays I get because of BookTube. Number 6, what is something that frustrates you about BookTube? So for me, a lot of it has to do with like how easy it seems to have friends on BookTube. Especially if you're watching like bigger booktubers who have been around for a while. They have like these groups of people, especially like I'm thinking like specifically like the BA and BookCon vlogs when like they all get together and like talk to each other. And it's like, oh, like I want that. But like making friends is hard, and I think it's really easy to forget that. That was like kind of another misconception that I had when joining BookTube, was that I would immediately have like 500 friends who all talked about books that I like. But like internet friendships take work. I don't think that I have anybody on BookTube that I would consider like a friend exactly. Like there are definitely people that I talk to and definitely people that I admire, but I don't know that I've actually made any friends because of BookTube. So part of that is like I need to put myself out there, so commenting on other people's videos and like tagging them in things, and then like interacting on social media, and then like actually DMing and talking to them. Those are some tips that I've like heard before, but I don't really put that into practice, and so that's part of the reason that I don't have specifically any friends on BookTube. But I think a misconception is that it's really easy to make friends, which in some respects it can be because you already know something that the person likes, but it also takes a lot of work to like put into making a friendship, just like it does with an IRL friendship. You have to like put in work to make the friendship happen. Okay, as I was editing this, I realized I forgot to say an important thing too, is that also location plays a big part in making friends as well, because one of the best ways to make friends, especially like bookish friends, is going to events. And as somebody who doesn't have a car, is going to school, so like I'm in college right now, and who lives in Wisconsin where nothing ever happens, especially like nothing big book-wise ever happens in Wisconsin. So those three things work against me specifically as far as like making bookish friends, just because I'm not able to go to a lot of bookish events that are being held. Like I can't go to like BA or BookCon because A, I don't have the money, but B, like I don't have any way to get there. And that's like right at the end of my semester usually, so it's kind of hit or miss as to like if I'm even going to be done with school at the time. Or I really want to go to BookNet Fest sometime, but like that happens usually like end of August, beginning of September, which is when my semester is just starting. So again, don't have money to like fly to Florida, can't drive to Florida, and I'm in school. So I think that's part of like a larger conversation that I don't know if it necessarily needs to be had, but like it is part of what makes people able to go to bookish events. Is like having the ability to go means that you are therefore put in a better place to make friends, and when you like meet them face to face and then continue the conversation online, or like if you both know you're going to an event, then like talking before online, then going to the event and then continuing to talk online. But all that being said, again, putting in the work for friendships is really difficult. So I think that's all I wanted to say. And number 7 is, what is your hope for the future of BookTube? And I just hope that it like continues to spread and grow. It's been really cool to see it like continuously grow. I know Ariel was talking about this in her video, but talking about how like it used to be like just this like small group of like 20 of them, and now there's like I don't even know how many people have BookTube channels, and you can like always be discovering new people and new channels and new books, and there's always new books coming out too. So I think just that it continues to grow and we continue to grow the community and the love for books, and that it continues to cultivate. Like, I don't know, I'm just hopeful that it will continue as a thing and it's not gonna go away anytime soon. So yeah, that is the Booktube Oldie Tag. Again, I will link Ariel and Monica Kim's videos in the description below. Please go watch both of them. They're both very lovely. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to answer any of the questions, comment down below. I'd love to hear what your answers are. Or if you want to talk on social media, all my links for those are in the description as well. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!